What's good everyone, my name is Hims, and in today's video we're going to be transforming this abandoned Minecraft village into a huge booming city full of life and detail. Not only are we going to be completely transforming these villagers' houses, we are going to include every single villager profession that Minecraft has to offer. Now this is a longer video and it did take me a while to make, so it would truly mean a lot to me if you guys watch the whole thing through in its entirety, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's Minecraft video. Now we started with the stonemason house, and the only reason why I did that is because over on Twitch, on the hardcore world that we play on, I built a house that looks somewhat similar with the same roof design and everything, so I was already inspired. We finished it off with some brick for the roof and some prismarine out front to give it a serious pop, and then we went over to the side where this farm was and built a storage area for all the sand, gravel, and concrete. And this is the final product, and I think it turned out great. Now right across from the stonemason, I decided to put the Fletcher with the, I also decided to put an archery range right here, right? And I think it turned out amazing. The detail in the ground is fabulous, right? We have so many blocks that we could switch in and out for pathways nowadays. This was more on the simpler side of the buildings that we built today, but the archery range really kicked it off in my opinion. At the end of the street, I knew that I wanted something very extravagant, right? Something to really cap off the end of the street. So I went ahead and put the Cartogapher's house right here, and I went heavily fantasy theme for this build, kind of to give it like a magical feel. Like the Cartogapher, yeah, he does illustrations of maps and stuff like that, but he also has a little bit of magic tucked under his sleeve. Like I said, very heavy fantasy inspo on this build, but I really like the base, the foundation of the build, and I really like the little side tower. But here is the final product. I really liked how this house turned out. Now we went over here and we had this huge plot of land that I had no clue what to do with, so since I liked the base foundation for the Cartogapher's house so much, I went ahead and put another large stone foundation right here. Guys, I kind of cheated, okay? I kind of cheated with this one. When I was done with the stone foundation, I was like, what can we put on here? I decided to put 3 different buildings on this stone foundation. But don't worry, don't get too mad at me. They all have something in common. It is the Weaponsmith, the Toolsmith, and the Armorer. So this is basically our little blacksmith section of the village, and I really liked how it turned out. There's a little lower section is where all the villagers work. They work outside because it can get really hot inside. So this is where they produce all the armor and the tools and weapons. But then we have this main shop area, and this really pulled the whole area together. We added some more details like a hanging off bit off of the main store and a chimney back here for the blast furnace area. Now, there's one more type of villager that makes armor, and that is the leather worker. And since we don't have enough room on the stone foundation, I decided to put him in the back right next to the Fletcher. And I think it's really cool that we have all of our weapon and armor guys right next to each other. And believe it or not, this is actually one of the tallest buildings in this whole village. I don't know why a leather worker needs a tall building, but hey, there you go, buddy. Building out this awning, attaching it to the stone base of the blacksmith. And this is the tanning rack, right? As well as putting some cauldrons in here and some armor stands. And yeah, we kind of went all out with the decoration. I even put in a little cow farm in the back just so the leather worker can have his own supply of leather, right? That makes sense. Again, going with that heavy fantasy inspiration with these builds, and here is the end product of the blacksmith and the leather worker. Since we already have some animals on this side of town, I decided to put the shepherd right next to the leather worker, right? You can get your leather and you can get your wool right at the same spot, right? I went with like a weird roof on this one, don't judge me. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing really too much to talk about. It's kind of a simpler house. Again, just like the Fletcher, one of the more simple buildings, but we do have this huge sheep farm in the back, which I love. I love going back here. I don't know why. It's a fun place to be. I gave them a little mud pit to play in and a water trough to drink out of, and I was like, you know what, that's good. This is what a shepherd's house would look like. And I don't know how, but I feel like I really pulled off the shepherd's house look. Moving on to the next building, this one is very near and dear to my heart. This one actually doesn't exist in Minecraft. This is not a villager profession, but I wanted it to exist, dang it. I wanted it in the village, but this is a bakery, and I absolutely love the color palette that we used on this bakery with the dark prismarine. Mixing it in with the warped wood, it really adds some extra detail, as well as tying in the blackstone brick from the blacksmith area. And there's so many details to this build, it's kind of hard to go through them them in such a fast time lapse, but we ended up capping off the windows with some warped wood, going into the back and adding in a huge chimney, right? Because what bakery doesn't have a huge chimney? A surprise, surprise, this is one of the only buildings that I did somewhat of an interior on, and we have this little showcasing right here of all the cakes, cookies, and breads. Oh, I just love this building. What are we going to follow up the cute bakery with? Well, we're going to go ahead and put a slaughterhouse in the back of that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and work on the butcher. Now, I don't know if this style really works with the medieval fantasy that we're going with, but I decided to do like a simple little house, a little butcher shop with a huge warehouse attached to the side of it. The roof pattern being the same as the masonry, so it kind of ties in right there, but I don't really know. Let me know down in the comments how this fits in with the village. I'm not going to lie, this one was a little tough to detail, but I added a red strip at the bottom, kind of gave it like a fireman house look, as well as putting in some iron bars for windows, texturing up the brick with some granite, making it very overgrown. And then we came to the back right here and then added in a sliding door. And right here, we went ahead and added in some more cows for a huge cow farm. We already have a cow farm for the leather worker, but this one is a giant one for the butcher. And yeah, to be honest, it looks kind of menacing. Capping off the end of the street right by the butcher and the shepherd's house, I went with the fisherman's hut, and I had a blast building this one, man. We started off building this huge pond, well, as big as I could make it, really. This is a super flat world, so I can only go so deep. And then after that, we actually put some stilts in the water just because I thought that would be a really cool idea with an archway that you can walk underneath it, giving this whole kind of raised feel to the fisher's dock, right? Going with a really high peaked roof and adding off some extended bits off of the side. I went for more of a fisherman's resort kind of, right? Multiple people can be in this fisherman's hut, right? This is not a one-man fisherman's hut. This is more of like a unit. This is one of the builds that I really fell in love with in this village, so I wanted to add tons of detail to it, adding some boxes around the place, a second dock, some barrels, some stripped oak logs which kind of look like cardboard boxes, and finally we have the fisherman's resort. After that one, I was feeling really good, right? I was like, all right, let me take on this big build that we have, right? And this is my first time I have ever built a church in Minecraft. I've been playing this game for so long, but I've never actually built a church in Minecraft. So I was like, all right, let me try to take a stab at it. Now, I started off with it kind of looking more like a castle, giving it a huge tower in the front. And then I came off the sides of that tower and just added a nice peak roof. And this is a very fortified look. Like if the village was being attacked by zombies, this is where everyone would run to. After I built this huge room, I thought that I needed to add a little bit more. So we did add an extension out of the back. And what that did is just gave it a little bit more detail, a little bit more depth to the build. And it really made the building come out and pop a lot more. I'm glad that I added this back part. We came to the top of the tower, added a peak roof to put in the bell, and since I wanted to go for a really dark theme for this church, I went ahead and took out all of the supporting pillars of stone brick and replaced them with black stone. I don't know if this looks good. You guys really gotta let me know down in the comments if this looks good. I mean, I could go either way, really. Switched out the black stone roof for some dark oak, and I don't know, guys, for my first ever church in Minecraft, I'm pretty satisfied. Right in front of the church, I wanted to put the library, and this is like the main hangout spot for the village, right? Everyone comes to the bakery, grabs a little scone, goes to the library, goes to the church, what have you. Now, I decided to build up another stone foundation for this building, and it kind of blocked the church a little bit, but we do have this really nice archway. Now, I decided to start on the left side first, building up a sort of tall tower, and I don't really know what this is. It's not the library. I guess it's just a cool little hangout tower. But we filled it up with a bunch of detail, and out the back, I ended up putting a chicken loader, which I don't know what this is, but I guess you could bring chickens up to the top of this tower. Like I said, dude, I don't know. But moving on to the actual library, we went for a very Tudor style building, right? A very strict medieval Tudor style building. Followed all the rules and all the historical rules, whatever. We went for a prismarine roof on this just because I really liked the look of it right next to the bakery. I also really love the glow of the prismarine. You could see it really well in the time lapse here. We also came to the back and added this huge chimney for their very big fireplace system. They had to keep this whole building warm in the winter, and since this is the main hangout of the village, you know, I decided, hey, why not make this place very cozy? I added on some finishing touches, and man, this little area with the church, the library, and the chicken tower, it really became my favorite part of this village. Now coming back to one of our last villager profession houses, this is the farmer, and I will admit guys, I kind of forgot about this one, but it's okay. We had this huge plot of land right on the outskirts of the town by the butcher, by the shepherd, by all the animal stuff. I was like, you know what, this makes perfect sense. Let's go ahead and put one of these cute little houses right here, and let's make the focus on this professional house, the profession house. Let's make the focus on this huge wheat field in the back, and I love huge wheat fields. If you guys know me, you guys should know I love huge crop fields of anything in Minecraft, and I feel like this came out really good. Wrapping up the last profession of this video, I don't even know if you could call it a profession, but it's the Nitwit, right? Every village has a couple Nitwits, so we decided to just make some generic looking houses, you know, push them off to the side. And I actually had some fun and played around with the structure block in Minecraft. If you guys don't know what this is, definitely YouTube it. It's a helpful tool that you can use to duplicate buildings and paste them all around the world. It's amazing. I absolutely love this tool. I am so happy that Mojang added it to the game. And there it is, everyone. That is the village built up. Now, I went ahead and did some things off camera. I added some trees, some pathways, some stuff like that. But if you guys are still watching, thank you so much for continuously watching and supporting my videos. It truly means a lot to me. But now let's go ahead and give you guys a full POV in-depth walkthrough of this village. What's good, everyone? I am just sitting here on our fishing resort dock, and I truly love how this building came out. But before we go into the walk and the tour of the village, I wanted to give a special shout out to the one and only, the man, the myth himself, Mythical Sausage. Now, even though there are a bunch of people that have done these village transformation, he is the one that truly inspired me to get off my butt and make a video on one myself. So for that, man, I truly thank you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the tour and check it out. Dude, we got a whole bunch of villagers right here. They're just hanging out. Hey guys, what are you doing? Yeah, we do have sort of a fisherman problem in this village. Everyone wants to be fishermen. I don't know why. I don't know what the issue could be. But right here we come in at the dock, and like I said, man, I absolutely love this place. I love how it came out. Ooh, what am I doing? And then I added these little lamps everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. They're the lamps. But yeah, these piles of boxes right here. And my boy Lowres Bones taught me this one. It looks like a little cardboard box. Look at this. But anyway, we are going to make this sort of a shorter walkthrough. It is a large village, so there's a lot that we got to get to. But check it out. Here is the shepherd's house right here. Very lovely, very quaint. The butcher's right next to it, so I guess they could just chop. Anyway, yeah, speaking of chop, there's the leather worker right here preparing some leather. How'd y'all get up in here? I guess they could just walk in, but why? Why, villagers? But man, this area of the village really sets the tone for me when I'm walking through here. And right here we have the village kind of square. I wanted to leave this as the vanilla kind of village center right here with the bells. But right here, man, with the village town, with the library and everything right here, with the church, with the chicken loader, I absolutely love this little area. And we also have the bakery right next to it. And like I said, guys, I didn't do too many interiors in this village, like none at all, but we did put this little facade just for the viewing case right here. I really love how this came out, and it inspires me to do something with this in survival. But if we come over here along right here, this is the tutor, this is the library right here. Oh, we have the farmer house right here, which, look, hey, the farmers are outside. Hey guys, how's it going? But then you come to the back right here, dude, check it out. I love huge wheat fields. Leave hashtag wheat field in the chat if you feel the same. But yeah, I love this. I would actually like some varying heights to this, and maybe some stones and stuff like that in the middle of it. But anyway, that's that right there. But like I was saying, coming behind the library right here, we have this huge chimney system. But this is like a little neighborhood area, and if you come back here, it kind of looks like a neighborhood area, right? The houses kind of look the same. It's all kind of sectioned off. We got some nice little seats right here. I don't know, these don't have interiors either. Don't judge me. But yeah, all these are just filler houses. Like, I just wanted to put these here to fill up some space. So if we come over here to some more of the important builds, right here we have this church. And like I said, let me know down in the comments how you guys like the Blackstone. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, but I do absolutely love this little area up here with the bell tower and everything like that. Walking up here to the library, it's a nice little area, and then we got the chicken loader tower. Like I said, I have no clue what this is for, but it's here. And look, if we come over here, check this out. There's the crate, right? And there's the little thing that pushes it down, and then we got this little landing pad. Chicken loader. Yeah, baby. It's a chicken loader. Right behind the chicken loader is another little villager area where we shove the Nitwits, right? Oh yeah, and this is one of my favorite parts of the village right here too. So we walk up onto the stone platform, and man, look at everyone's up over here, man. See, this is the market right here. This is the bustling shopping center of our village right here. But yeah, we have this cool little sign right here with the crimson wood and crimson logs. We have the little things going out like this. We got the fire pit. Everyone can stay here. And then check this. Check this out, man. We got all this stuff right here, all the goods and everything. Everyone's hard at work right now. And man, I don't know. I just really love how this little area turned out. Coming behind the blacksmith area, where it all began in these little back roads, we have the mason right here. And these little storage pits, I actually got the idea from, again, Low Res Bones. Big shout out. Oh, he's giving him a rose. Hey, take the rose from him, man. We have the sand right here, the gravel, and then all of the colors of the concrete powder. I'm pretty sure that a stonemason wouldn't keep all the colors together in one spot in real life, but this is Minecraft, right? You could just pick up each block individually. It makes sense in Minecraft. Right here with the mason, it does look like a very old build, a very overgrown build. I love it. I still love it. I wouldn't change a thing about it, even though it was the very first house we built. And right next to it, we have the archer, and I love these archery ranges right here. Check out the detail on the floor. And I was debating on putting the target block or building out like something made of hay, and I probably could have done both, but I decided to use hay for the floor, and I think it blends in really well with the path blocks and the dirt. And then the target block, of course, we used as a target. Yeah. Right here is the cartographer's house, and he even pushed in the back of all of this foliage, of all of this tree lining, right? It just looks very mysterious. It looks magical. As someone says that this looks like a mumbo jumbo face. I don't know. I don't see it. And I love this little tower right here. If you want to hop up here onto the tower, you totally can. I put a little weight up there and check it out. It's just like a little lookout tower. I don't know why the cartographer would need it, but it's there. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to show you. In the back of the church right here, I added this little gazebo place, and I thought this might be where the villagers get married and everything like that. And I thought it was a very cute idea. Shout out Vaudeville for the bench design, by the way. Shout out Vaudeville. But other than that, guys, that is the end of this villager transformation project. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for continuously watching my videos. It means the world to me. I don't think I say it enough. We're gonna be doing a lot more projects like this, guys, a lot more creative builds and a lot more Let's Plays when 1.17 comes out. So be on the lookout for that. But unfortunately, that is all the time that I have for today, everyone. If you guys like this video, then you know what to do. Hit that like button. Leave a comment as well for what village I should transform next. And if you guys want to see more village transformation videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. But until next time, guys, I'm out.